Hello Taurus, I'm Jenny Fitterer and welcome to your November Tarotscope. I have a single tarot card picked for you for the month of November. So the first 2/3 of November is Scorpio season, and then we will have Sagittarius season right at the end of the month. And the card that I have for you is, looks like you have the 10 of coins. How fabulous. I think Sagittarius had this already. And 10 of coins reversed. So this is the way it looks the right way up. So we have these naked women, and they look like they're in a bath. There's lots of bubbles around. Somebody's playing the instrument. This kind of red sweeping fabrics and a bunch of butterflies in front. And we have all of these coins here, and it came out upside down like this, okay? So let's see what the 10 of coins has for you. 10 of coins, magical moments. The scene from the painting The Turkish Bath by Ingres, in conjunction with the butterflies and the 10 coins in a circle, represents the joy of living, the best results, proliferating talents, and great wealth. Significantly, individuality cannot be achieved in isolation. If you succeed in finding the bridge to others, loneliness, the shadow of missing individuality, will disappear, and with it, the danger of drowning in the crowd. The communal bath represents the joys of sensuality and spiritual questions. The bath is a symbol of baptism, of rebirth, and of purification. In a spiritual sense, the card shows a true fountain of youth. If we bathe in its waters, daily contact with other people will not drain us, and we will be refreshed. The greatest wealth lies in acknowledging and fulfilling your contribution to the course of events. Your own experiences and those of others constitute a greater whole. You know that you will not be able to hold on to anything and that change is inevitable, heralding new opportunities. You are aware that your actions are based on those of your ancestors and that the younger generations will carry these forward. Time is relative. Nothing ever gets lost. Nothing keeps you from living and from feeling your own rhythm. Nothing stops you from lingering or moving on. Practical advice. Cooperation, exchange, mutual support, and compromises are great as long as they are the result of each individual involved following his or her own path. They become unnecessarily limiting if based on sacrificing your independence and your individuality. Touch the moment with the magic wand of individuality and contribute to a communal style of living in which each and every individual can walk his or her own path in joy. Then the bliss of mutuality will blossom, culminating in a culture of shared intentions. Okay, so this card is very much a community card, clearly, but it's really reminding us that community is not a hive. We in particular, we're not hive creatures. We are not copies and drones wherein we all serve this collective and we don't really have individuality. We just work and sacrifice for the good of, the whole unit, but we don't matter ourselves. That's not what we are. We are not that. So our culture and our community is built up of individuals that matter. We are an ecosystem where as individuals, our individuality matters. Does it matter more than the collective? No, not necessarily, because I as an individual don't matter more than you as an individual, and you don't matter more than me. But we have this ability to come together as sovereign, conscientious individuals to then build together into a communal space that then gets to serve us as we serve it, the way a healthy ecosystem is made up of a whole bunch of different species, plants, and animals, all trying to get their needs met, but finding out the ways in which we can niche together so that your needs are getting met by my needs getting met. And we can see that in the animal and plant kingdom where, the nutrition of one plant is the waste of another, and so the air that we breathe is the waste of the tree, and the tree breathes in what is the waste of us. So both of us are getting our needs met. We aren't sacrificing our individuality. It's not like we're giving up all of our carbon dioxide that we desperately need because we just feel like this tree needs it. No. We have a need to get rid of this, they have a need to receive, and then we come together and find that union and realize that we all work together. And now we have this healthy connection and community where we're all individuals getting our needs met together collectively. So that's what this card is really kind of pulling us towards, and it's reminding us that you will get drained by other people if you think that the task of us or you is to self-sacrifice always for the other. You're either going to be entitled, feeling like somebody should be sacrificing to you, or you're going to be exhausted, feeling like you should be sacrificing to somebody else. So this card is really reminding us that, you know, we're not going to get drained by other people if we are in this communal sort of this baptism, as it's saying, this rebirth of purification of what community really means. And this is a coins card, so this is an earth card that is about our talents, our skills, our resources, our material things. And as a Taurus, you are an earth sign, so you will recognize the importance of the material things that nourish our bodies, that nourish our lives, that help us feel safe, that we do need things, and there's no shame in needing things, there's no shame in desiring things, and then we are then able to share collectively and all be wealthier based on having our own needs and desires, but having our own talents and skill sets that we can bring into the community as well. So yeah, we're just looking at this card of connecting us all to each other, that we are connected in that way, but not self-sacrificing. This card is coming in, like I said, November is the beginning of November is Scorpio season, and Scorpio is your polarity. So we're moving into your kind of opposite sign. So this energy is going to be both very familiar, but potentially like kind of a little flipped on its head. So in particular, where we think about resources, Taurus as a sign is very much about your resources, having what you need to feel safe, having what you need to feel cozy and feeling healthy and nutrified. Like that's a very Taurus thing. Scorpio season is about resources as well, but it's more about the resources of the other and being concerned about what do other people have, in a way that hopefully is positive. The downside, the potential negative side of that of Scorpio season is being really possessive, being really jealous, wanting to have things that other people have. But the light side, the positive side, is taking stock of and being aware of what are the needs and the resource needs of the people around you, and can you help? It's kind of just like coming into the bath, coming into the community and saying, does everybody have their plate full? Does everybody have what they need? You know, the Taurus, the first instinct for the Taurus would be make sure that you have what you need, which is perfect. Absolutely. You are an individual with your own needs. So there's no shame in that, of wanting your plate to be full. Absolutely. And then what we get to do this season is say, okay, my plate's full, and I'm in a community. What does everybody else's plates look like? Like, can we make sure everybody's got what they need? Maybe I don't get seconds till someone has first. Maybe I don't actually like this. Do you? You like this. Perfect. That's the same way that we mirror that in our skill sets. I'm not really great at this. Oh, but you are? You want to help me with this? Awesome. Oh, you don't really like doing that? Oh, I happen to really like doing that, so I'm going to help with that. And then we get to look up from ourselves once we have been served already, to then have the strength and energy to help and replenish those around us. So that's kind of this beginning 2/3 of the month is check in first. Always do your Taurus self-care. Do you have what you need? And then you get to look up and you get to see, and actually you might just check in and say, oh, I don't have what I need. Maybe this month is there might be an element of Scorpio season is often things that have been repressed coming up and being dealt with, and that can look like, oh, sometimes it's trauma or triggers coming up or unexpected things that we don't like to think about. So this might be a time to just say, am I good? Like, do I have my resources met? Do I feel safe and comfortable with things that might be coming up? And then once you know that you've got stable ground for yourself, then you can look up and say, maybe other people are dealing with some rough things too. It seems like a rough time. Maybe I can help with this. You know, do I have enough to share? Can I invite somebody else into my wealth? As long as I feel comfortable and I, as an individual, have the choice to say yes or no. That's the reminder, you are not the drone. If you look and you say, actually, I don't have the resources to help you, that's fine. You don't have to. Maybe you know somebody who does. You don't just have to drop and abandon somebody just because you can't help them. Sometimes we over-sacrifice until we burnt out, and then we shut ourselves off and kick people out because we're like, I can't. I'm too afraid to lose my energy to you. But you can just say, I can't, but maybe this person can't. I can't, but hey, maybe I can give a call out and help you. You can still help people or not abandon them, even if you choose not to actively give them your resources. So that's still fine to do. So that's the Scorpio season. Assess yourself, make sure that you're well balanced. If anything comes up, check with your resources, and then be able to see what are the needs of others, see if you can help that out too. Then at the end of the month, we have Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is all about truth, the search for truth, philosophy, kind of what our belief systems are, and it's also this expansion of wanting not just about our kind of local experience, but being interested in foreign places, faraway places, other people, foreign experiences that change us because they give us a different point of view. So we might then find that this desire to look at the resources of others and see if everybody has what they need might expand a little bit further, and you might be, if you've got enough, and then if the people around you have enough, maybe it's on your heart to look if there's a particular cause that you feel, or if there's somewhere else in the world that, maybe that there's a lack of resources there, and that you then get to be excited about. Maybe you've got a little bit extra to give there, and maybe Sagittarius season then just helps us look at how we are connected in that way. And it can go the other way. You can see that maybe you are in the receiving zone where you have needs, or your community has needs, and you can organize asking for help, getting relief that you need, applying for funding or a sort of grant or donor, whatever it is, looking into the larger expansive picture of resources and what it is that we need. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. That's plenty for you, Taurus, this November. If you want any extra assistance or a little bit of knowledge of what's happening in the planetary system, what the transits are happening this month, check out the Scorpio Season Pay What You Can workshop. There's a little bit more info as well as an additional tarot reading. So that's on my website and my YouTube channel. Do check that out. I do appreciate all of the donations. They help me to keep making content like this. So other than that, Taurus, best of luck and have a good November.